Hey guys, 83% of you are not subscribed to this channel. Please do me a favor, stop being lazy. Click on the subscribe button. We're at 972,000. I want to get to 1 million by the end of the month. God bless. Thank you. You have a bunch of nicknames. Agent Provocateur, Political Trickster. I say that you're fearless, you're fascinating, and you're a master strategist. I watched Give Me Roger Stone for the 3rd time last night. And I just want to say thank you, Roger, for being here and being on the podcast.
Thank you. Glad to be with you.
I've literally watched it 3 or 4 times. And like you find new stuff every single time.
Except for a couple little things in there that I'm not crazy about, but overall, these guys tried to destroy me and they failed.
Yeah.
And all they did was probably make me more famous, probably get me indicted, as a matter of fact.
Yeah.
But let's go to the Dirty Trickster thing, because it's one of my favorites.
Yeah.
I've never called myself that.
Yeah.
Other people have called. Usually, people I beat in elections, they're the ones who hang that on you. It'll be on my gravestone. It'll be the headline in the New York Times. Roger Stone, Dirty Trickster, dies at 110.
Well, by the way, I see you living that long because that's just an iced tea by itself, none of the poison that they put in it. So Roger, I want to start at the beginning, because when people see the Roger Stone that they see today, the suits, the cigars, the reputation, the whole character, but your upbringing was normal. Your mother, and correct me if I'm wrong, was the president of an elementary school PTA.
Yes.
Cub Scout den mother.
Yes.
Small town reporter.
Yes.
Your father's nickname was Chubby.
Yes.
Was he chubby?
He was a rotund fellow. Yes.
Okay.
But his real nickname was Stoney. Everybody called him Stoney. He's a great athlete, and he was a well driller. Mm-hmm. So that meant he got up every morning at 5 o'clock in the morning, 6 days a week.
Yep.
My mother made him breakfast. He would go out and run a chop drill, because the way that if you didn't live in a city area, to have water, you had to have your own well and your own pumping system. Mm-hmm. So essentially, a diamond-tipped drill just pounds the ground.
Oh, wow.
So he worked very hard. He would come home around 5:30, completely covered in mud.
Oh, man.
My mother would hose him down. Then she would feed him dinner, and then he would fall into bed and do the whole thing the next day.
And that was
6 days a week. Never complained, not a single day of his life. He had 1 week's vacation a year. We used to go to Lake George for a week off. Other than Sundays, there was no time off. And he was a very hardworking guy. And he gave me a really good advice. He said, son, you want to be an electrician or a plumber or a wallboard guy, those guys make great money. Thank you. Of course, I didn't want to do any of those things.
Of course.
Said, no, Dad, I want to be an actor. He said, well, you're going to starve to death. Then I found out that politics was show business for ugly people.
Exactly.
So,
exactly.
My parents, when I introduced them to Ronald Reagan, they finally, when he visited Connecticut, they finally got it in terms of why I was doing with my life what I was doing.
So pretty blue collar, all American household. I mean, you're basically explaining my childhood growing up. My mother and father come here legally, but my father just worked. I mean, the only caveat was my father drank like a maniac and smoked. So Raj, my question is, how does a kid go from that family? You started there, hardworking, just nose down, just going hard. How do we get Roger Stone out of that? How did that happen?
Well, first of all, to be clear, my father made a mean martini.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
That's why I learned how to make and drink martinis.
Got you.
My father smoked a pipe, smoked a cigar until he had a stroke. Then he couldn't smoke any further. But so I inherited a couple of those things from him. But I guess it is growing up in the shadow of New York City, which is the fast track. Volunteering for Nixon's campaign when I was 16 years old, having an opportunity. These are pre-cell phone. To work essentially as a gopher, sit outside Nixon's law partner's office down on Wall Street and see Billy Graham come and go, Ronald Reagan, Barry Goldwater, Nelson Rockefeller, Mitt Romney, Everett Dirksen. These guys were giants to me. These were my heroes. I also got to see, what a more refined life was, I guess I would say. I got to see how the other half lived, people who had far more than we did. So I aspired to have button-down shirts. I aspired to dress like the like the smarter kids in school, like the wealthier kids in school. So it rubbed off, I guess.
So Raj, who was the first was it a political person that you saw that you looked at them and you said, I want to get involved with that? Like what was your thing? Because I remember Roger in elementary school. Elementary school is like what, Rob, 5 years old, 11 years old, somewhere in there?
Up until like 12, like sixth grade.
Yeah. So during the 1960 election, you were going in the cafeteria telling kids in line that Nixon wanted school on Saturdays just to get Kennedy.
Yeah, I was trying to rig a mock election. So we're in this little Republican, suburb of New York City, and I was for Kennedy because he was a Catholic, and also because he had much better hair than Nixon.
Of course.
When you're 12 years old, you don't know much. Yeah. So what I did was I waited in the cafeteria line as each kid came through. If they came to the end, I would say, by the way, the mock election is tomorrow. Mm-hmm. Yeah. If Nixon wins, we're going to have school on Saturdays. Worked like a charm. We got like 80% of the vote the next day. It was the first time I'd ever experienced disinformation. Mm-hmm. Of course, I've never used it since then.
And so, oh man, so Raj, at what point did you go, okay, I know that this is my gift, I can do this, and I'm going full force ahead?
I really attribute it to a book. Mm-hmm. A woman who lived next door to us was very active in the Republican Party. And she gave me a book by Barry Goldwater entitled Conscience of a Conservative. Mm-hmm. And I found myself in this book. He was for small, limited government, low taxation, low regulation, peace through strength, not neoconism where you go out looking for endless foreign wars, but where your strength makes those who might want to fool with you think twice. He was a fierce anti-communist, obviously. So once I read that book, that was it for me. I saw my life's mission to elect people who believed in these things. That's really when I knew.
So at 19, you're working on Nixon's re-election campaign. The rest of the country we were talking about this yesterday, summer of love, right? The hippies, the drugs, the long hair, the free love. Rob loves that.
Mm-hmm. Still do?
Yeah. So Rob, what were you just focused on the politics that time? Or did you indulge? Did you have fun? Were you? Because I know it was happening all around you. Did you?
There was a huge dichotomy in my high school between the jocks and the freaks.
Okay.
The jocks, we drank.
Okay.
They smoked dope.
Yeah.
We played sports. They laid around playing their guitars, hoping for peace in Vietnam.
Yeah.
So it was a social dichotomy, and you were either in one group or you were in the other. Now, I was a student body president, so I had to kind of reach both of them.
Okay.
But I didn't indulge. I indulged later on. I was in college a little bit, but it was a real strict line in those days.
So you stayed focused. What were you?
No. Do you ever wear a tie-dye T-shirt?
No.
You never went.
Right.
I mean, wait. Who are you talking to? Who are you talking to right now? So, and Rob, by the way, if you guys have anything you guys want to ask, or please do, because so Roger, you've met. We were just talking before. I was talking with Jake on the amount of people that you've met. You've met presidents, billionaires, mobsters, celebrities. Out of all of them, who I don't want to say intimidated you because I know you don't get intimidated easily, but who was the one out of all of them that you were like, holy crap, this guy's like no joke, legitimate? And do you have a story about one of those type of people? Like anybody that you would see, Rob, maybe mobster, maybe somebody that you were like, okay, that guy is not messing around. Like they were the real deal.
I mean, I did meet Fat Tony Salerno. Mm-hmm. He was the head of the Gambino family, and when he shook your hand, he like crushed your hand.
On purpose.
Right.
Yeah.
So the context is, I was working for Reagan.
Mm-hmm.
I had a meeting with Roy Cohn, who was his lawyer.
Gotcha.
So I show up, and Tony is just leaving. Tony says, "So I understand we're going with Reagan this year." Yes, sir. I work for Governor Reagan. He said, "I don't like politics. Last time we got involved in politics, we helped that rat bastard JFK, and he double-crossed us. But he got his, didn't he, Roy?" And then they started roaring.
Wow.
Wow.
Holy moly.
This guy was not fooling around.
Oh yeah. God, he was the boss of where? Was it Jersey?
New York.
Or just all of New York?
New York.
Anything crazy? I mean, did you ever say anything?
Beyond that, the most intimidating person actually I've worked with has to be Trump.
Really?
Yeah, because he's not managed, he's not handled, he's not scripted. He just does whatever he wants to do. And most politicians are testing the wind. In other words, they're looking at polls, they're looking at focus groups, they're consulting their advisors. Trump is just, he knows what he wants to do from the beginning, and you don't want to be late for a meeting with him.
Oh man,
he's very intimidating.
Did you know his father?
I knew his father well.
How was his father like?
Different, quieter, more subdued, but a tough guy. Extremely frugal, very famous for walking around his construction sites after work and picking nails up, putting them back in the bin for reuse.
Wow.
Because you want to pay for new nails.
Wow. Well, I guess that's how freaking the rich.
That's how you become a billionaire.
That's how you become a billionaire, walking around the sites. Holy crap. So Roger, I mean, I don't want to even go to, but how do you feel from Trump's first presidency to this presidency? What would you rate him? What would you, like, all around? Because obviously, what they tried to do to him for the first one, they cheated. I'm not gonna say it. What Hillary did, what the DNC did, what everybody did was cheating. He survived. They cheated in 2020. And then they tried to kill him, and then he won again. And then what would you give him all around, from last one to what he's doing right now?
Much better. I think the 4 years in the wilderness actually made him battle hardened, and I think a lot more realistic about the forces that are arrayed against him. He's been more forgiving than I would be at this point. The jury is still out on a second term. It appears to me that he's done everything necessary to lay the groundwork for a really truly vibrant economy. Largest tax increase tax cut in history, cutting taxes on Social Security. 88% of the people getting Social Security benefits will no longer pay taxes on them. Once we get a non-politicized Federal Reserve, we'll get an interest rate cut. I think that causes a mortgage and a housing boom.
Oh, thank you.
I think the fundamentals are all in place. There's just one minor problem, and that is, of course, the war.
Yeah.
And if the war is as brief as they tell us it's going to be, if it's another example of, as I said earlier, peace through strength, in other words, limited, focused, projection of American power, but not boots on the ground, not hundreds of millions of dollars in new defense spending and Halliburton contracts and so on, and not hundreds of thousands of American casualties. If that happens, then I think that this will be short, and it will be worth it.
Are you still in communication, Rob? Like, do you give any advice? Because I'm curious if right now you could, because I'm pretty sure you could, but you're freaking busy. He's obviously busy. If you could sit with him right now for 5 minutes and just basically give him one good piece of advice right now, with all, because people talk about the deep state. I know it's still there, Raj. We're not stupid. I know they're all around them. I know the Lindsey Grahams and all these people that are pushing for what they want. If you could sit with him right now for 5 minutes, what would be your right out the gate? Like, he's like, Roger, I need good advice. Give it to me.
He needs to expose the lack of security in our elections, both the paper ballots and the electronic machines. I think there's more than sufficient evidence of widespread fraud and manipulation. But think about the electronic voting machines for a moment. If, let's just say hypothetically, the CIA has used this technology to rig foreign elections for decades, do you really think they're interested in having that exposed?
Yeah. Oh, of course not.
So I think he's got to do two things. He has to clean up our elections, and maybe we get too deep in the weeds, arguing about mail-in ballots, arguing about early voting, arguing about the manipulability of the machines. Make this simple. Why don't we just pass a law that says you have to be a U.S. citizen to vote in a federal election? You need photo ID.
How weird is that?
Yeah, I mean,
how weird is that?
But there are 50 votes for this right now in the U.S. Senate, the SAVE Act, and because of an arcane tradition, we can't bring it up for a vote.
That's insane.
Because if you have 50 votes, then the vice president could break the tie, And I think the election integrity issue would largely be solved.
All right. Rod, do you mind if I pray really quick for us? Lord, bless this food that we're about to have and the hands that made it. God bless Roger Stone and all his endeavors, Lord, and keep evil away from him. Pray for us, for Rob, for Umberto, and all the viewers home at home, and all the people that don't have anything to eat today, Lord. Make it easier for them to get something to eat. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
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 All right, Raj.
So that would be my first piece of advice, because it doesn't matter how strong the economy is, doesn't matter how many peace deals you make around the world. If you don't have an honest election, then you don't have a democracy. You don't have a country.
And the Democrats are fighting tooth and nail right now to fight it and shutting down the freaking.
I think paper ballots, that it's so important. The thing is that the dumbest voter should be able to certify the election. Once you get code involved, something that not everybody can understand, I don't know. I'm a big advocate of paper ballots.
I agree.
What do you think, Rob?
I can't vote, I'm a felon. So, question for you. You've been in numerous administrations and White Houses. Is there ever a moment where it shuts off for the president, whether it's Trump, whether it was Nixon, whether it was Reagan? Is there ever a moment where everything just shuts down, where they're able to watch football, go bowling, go paintballing? Is there ever an opportunity for the president to do stuff like that?
I think it's really hard. I think they can try. And Nixon, of course, was a great sports fan. Phoned in all these plays to the Washington Redskins, all of which failed. But you have the weight of the whole Western world on your shoulders, and that has to weigh you down. I mean, that has to be always present with you. So I think it's hard for a president to relax.
Is it hard for you to give feedback to a president and be the person that pushes back against the most powerful man in the world at times?
I find two things. Trump respects the truth. He respects you telling what you really think, but he also doesn't expect you to go out and tell the entire world, I told the president this, I told the president that. So I've known him now for 50 years. Hates it when I say that.
Well, oh, really?
Yeah, because it makes us both sound so old. But he knows that I'm not going to give him a piece of advice that he may take or he may reject, but I'm not going to go out and tell 5 people the following day, I told Trump this, I told Trump that. I think if you respect the confidentiality of the relationship, I think you can be more effective from your point of view, and more effective in terms of trying to help him.
Rod, because of, how your brain works with strategy, persuasion, maneuvering, and all that, did you ever at any point consider joining like the CIA, or did they ever come up to you and they're like, hey, listen, we like you, we know what you're talking about, we know that you don't, by the way, Roger, because I've followed you forever, you know that saying, loose lips sink ships? I've never heard one rumor about you having a big mouth or ratting, or you're that guy. Did you ever consider doing that?
They never approached me. I probably would never have done it.
Money.
I mean, I think it's you know my theory of history, which starting in 1963, Eisenhower tries to warn us on the way out. He warns us about the military-industrial complex.
Yep.
It's an early name for the deep state.
Yep.
So I believe they killed John Kennedy. I believe they removed Nixon in a silent coup. We now have, just within the last month, newly unclassified, declassified, and unsealed records that shows that the deep state was spying on Nixon the entire time he was president. We also know the CIA was aware of the Watergate break-in well in advance, that they infiltrated the burglary team with 4 active CIA operatives, still reporting to their handlers. The Watergate special prosecutors knew that, they did nothing. The Senate Watergate Committee knew that, they did nothing. So I think they took him out. Why? They didn't want peace in Vietnam, they didn't want an end to the Vietnam War, they didn't want a strategic arms limitation agreement with the Soviets, and they certainly didn't want to open the door to China. So they spied on him and they took him out because he was in the way of the war machine. Like, they tried to kill Reagan, as you know, that's
I remember that.
the subject of my next book, because the mechanics of this are pretty clear. The guy who's accused of shooting Reagan, Hinckley Jr., John Hinckley Jr., is crouching in front of Reagan, shooting from an upward trajectory, yet Reagan was hit from above and behind.
Oh,
right
wow.
Here,
Shot here. There's the video.
which is why I believe there's a second shooter.
Oh, wow.
Judy Woodruff is on air at NBC. You can't find this on YouTube anymore. It used to be there. It's no longer there. She sees a man standing on a balcony above the entrance of the Hilton, who she says the man's holding a gun. She assumes he's part of the Secret Service. I think he's actually the other shooter.
Oh, wow.
And when you've all seen the famous picture of Reagan waving just before he shot.
Yes.
If you go to that picture, but if you go to the wider version of it, you can see the man standing on the balcony above the hotel door. So I think this was an attempt to remove Reagan. It failed, thank God.
Yep.
They tried twice to kill Trump. They tried to take him out through the phony Russian collusion scam, 2 phony impeachments. So it's the same people, it's the same institutions. It's obviously not the same individuals.
Yeah.
But it's the same institutions. So sign up with those guys? No, I don't think so.
Do you think ever in history people are more aware of the deep state today than ever before?
Yes, without any question. But that's because of the internet. The internet changes everything. So before the internet, no one questioned the murder of John Kennedy. Lee Harvey Oswald did it. Single guy, 3 shots, all from behind, working alone. Everybody knew it. And if you said anything differently, you're some kind of kook.
Yep.
You're some kind of nut. Without the internet, you would never have had, and you had a lot of early authors and early researchers, but they couldn't get any traction because nobody would ever review their books, no one would ever talk about their books. With the internet, I think everything gets re-examined now much more closely, and people just get to learn a lot more. They get a skepticism about mass media that allows Trump to win in 2016. So by 2016, people are tired of both parties, they're tired of politicians, they're tired of Congress, but for the first time ever, they're also tired of the media. They don't trust the media anymore. That's a sea change.
It's an all-time low, the polls.
All-time
With-
low for that?
the media.
Media and government.
And government. With all the files that came out from the Kennedy affair, like they declassified a bunch of files. Is there any updates to your book? You wrote a wonderful book on who killed Kennedy. Is there anything for a next edition of the book that you want to add, change?
It is, it largely just confirms the underlying theory of my book, which is that there was an overall plot, and that although it was Lyndon Johnson at the helm of the plot, it involved the CIA, it involved organized crime, it involved big Texas oil, and so on. The CIA has always claimed previously, until these recent hearings, they had no previous knowledge of Lee Harvey Oswald. Well, that turns out to be a massive lie. And they've still held a number of things back. Everybody's familiar with the Zapruder film, which was taken by this amateur cameraman. They send it to Rochester for processing. In the processing, they remove frames from the film. I showed Arlen Specter, who was a later senator from Pennsylvania,
Yes.
chief investigator for the Warren Commission. I showed him exactly where certain frames had been removed. But there's a second film, the Nix film.
Yes, the family's suing to try and get.
Oh, really?
Yes.
40 years they've been trying.
They've been suing for decades. The government seized the film, and now they can't find it. It's missing.
Oh,
But it's considered to be superior because it, first of all, had a zoom lens, and he was shooting from across the other side of Dealey Plaza. So I think it would prove 2 gunmen, and therefore prove a conspiracy. That's why I give Anna Paulina Luna enormous credit for going
a great
after.
job
Yeah,
in
amazing.
general.
she actually is, because she doesn't give a damn. She wants the truth to come out.
If it's 63 years later, do you think there would be outrage from the American public if it's confirmed that there was a second shooter and one of them worked for the federal government? Or do you think people will just go back to watching TikTok and looking at videos of cats playing with yarn?
Sadly, I think they go back to looking at cats playing with yarn.
I agree, and that's what concerns me about 9/11, is that if we were ever to actually find out what actually happened on that day, it's been 23 years, 24 years. At this point, people are too busy with their own lives to give a shit about what actually happened.
Pardon me, we just elected a mayor in New York City who shares the ideology of the people who attacked the World Trade Center.
And it's in 25 years coming up.
Yes, this September.
This September, 25 years, and you have a Muslim mayor of New York.
Shows how short memories are.
Yeah, I mean, well, think about it. He's hanging out with co-conspirators and openly talking about that. And like, I guess he just came out today and was talking a bunch of nonsense about. He was talking about Palestine. His wife is actually liking October 7th kidnapping and killing videos, and it's like he's like, yeah, but that's just her. You can come in, Jake. Yeah.
Burgers Mike did a backflip.
Oh,
Did a backflip.
it's all good.
All right.
It came off here.
Because I want to get to a real meat and potatoes of this podcast.
Yeah. Get in there.
Yeah, get in there. Roger, you ruined pizza for me forever. Forever. At the point,
Ruined it.
Yeah, ruined it.
Yes.
You took us to this restaurant there. What was it?
A Beats,
Beats.
the New Haven style pizza.
And then the New Haven bug just bit me. I took a plane to New Haven. And
Because of you.
And because of you, and I spent the whole day having pizza there. All right, you're not gonna like this. Sally's is the superior pizza there.
I agree with that.
Oh, he agrees.
Sally's my favorite, yeah.
It's my favorite by far.
I'm gonna be honest, I haven't eaten it, but keep going.
Vinny, I never been happier than the first bite of Sally's. It's,
Seriously?
oh my God! It's
Was it
About
like
your wedding day.
not even close. It was just perfect, perfect.
So the good news is that basically the big three are Frank Pepe's, Sally's, and a place called the Modern.
I did go to Modern.
Now they tried to franchise Frank Pepe's. In fact, they had two of them here in Florida, not far from here.
Okay.
But they made one tactical error. In order to cook New Haven pizza, you have to have an 800-degree oven. Some of these localities have local ordinances that don't allow the oven in a restaurant to hit 800 degrees, so you're stuck at like 680 degrees. Therefore, you have to cook the pizza longer. Therefore, the pizza doesn't get that flop.
Okay.
At the bottom's more like a cracker, which is incorrect.
Yes.
So the two Frank Pepe's franchises here in Broward County both have already come and gone. They have opened and closed.
Really?
Yeah, because exporting it didn't work, all because somebody decided to go to a town where they wouldn't let the oven be 800 degrees.
Then it's this street, just one street. You have Sally's on this side, Frank Pepe's on this side, and they have this beautiful pastry place in the middle of the two places. You know, so you can have dessert in between. It's absolutely unbelievable.
But the answer is, for us stuck here in Florida, is Abit's.
Beats.
Abit's, they opened their first store in Delray Beach. Now they're open in North Palm Beach. They're open in Palm Beach Gardens or Royal Palm. I guess it's Royal Palm. They've now opened one in Marietta, Georgia. I hear opening one in Fort Lauderdale. That's
Oh,
what
you heard. You heard.
I've heard.
Last question.
Go for
I
it.
want to get you in trouble for this one. Is New York pizza inferior?
No, it's just different.
It's just different?
But you're not going to find a white clam pizza in New York City.
Probably want to.
Yeah, I mean, come on.
So it's just different. Now, look, pizza's like sex. Even when it's bad, it's still pretty good.
You're still getting some. You know what I mean?
And you have to pay for it.
Wait, Rob, what? Rob, but what? What? Well, Rob, because we don't have we don't have that much time. I wish I could stay here with you for freaking ever. During the holidays, I saw a video of you cutting up the rug. I saw you dancing, and literally, it was all of us, Roger, we're watching, and everybody, girls in the office, everybody was like, holy, Roger got the freaking move. Like, you're doing it. So my question is, when you were in Washington, when you were in New York, you're going out, bars, clubs, whatever you're going out to, Rob, were you the type of guy that would, what was your approach with girls? Were you the guy that would just hang around by the bar and have the girls come, or were you out there putting it out there? What were you doing? What was your go-to, Raj?
Well, being a good dancer was always a major plus.
Thank God.
I'm half Sicilian.
Okay.
It's a very short swim from Sicily to Africa. So, I mean, black people always say to me, man, you can really move. That's a high compliment.
Oh, of course.
I was not a great ladies' man, though. I was more interested in politics.
Really?
Yes.
So was that the draw? Like, girls would be like, oh my, who the hell is that guy?
It's the power thing, yeah. It's the whole power thing.
Nice.
Two-term student body president, yeah, it was the power thing.
Why not ever run for office yourself?
Because I don't suffer fools all that gladly, and you have to be prepared to do that.
Got it.
You know, if you're a dumb, I'm just going to say it. That's right. And you can't do that if you're the candidate.
So, Raj, let me ask you a question. I want to shift to your faith really quick. I know you were raised Catholic.
Yes.
Me and you have gone to the Presbyterian
Yes.
church, and I want to say, because I hope I have enough time to talk about your style and the clothes and the wardrobe, which you gifted me in church. This is my first time hanging out with him. I told you. Oh yeah, I told you this. And Roger goes, "Hey, I got you a gift," and you gave me a pocket watch that is, by the way, you can't find them anywhere. They're extremely expensive. I wear it every single day. Every time I'm wearing a three-piece suit, I'm wearing that, Raj, so I appreciate you. So Raj, I want to ask, when everything's going right, people don't always think about God, but when everything's falling apart, people get real spiritual. What was your, I don't know how religious or spiritual you were early on, but what was that moment, Raj, where you're like, okay, there's no more playing games when it comes to Christ. I'm going all in.
Well, first of all, my mother was a very serious Catholic, and she made sure that we had all of our sacraments. So I had my First Holy Communion, had my confirmation, obviously I was baptized. So I believe once you are a Catholic, you're a Catholic for life. So it doesn't matter where you and I go to church, if you're a Catholic, you're still a Catholic. See, I believe doesn't matter really if you're a Lutheran or a Methodist or a Presbyterian or an Episcopal or a Catholic, if you believe in the birth, death, and resurrection of Jesus Christ, then you're my brother. Then these factions don't really matter to me. I like going to the Presbyterian Church, going to Coral Ridge because I feel welcome there. Whereas certain liberals at the local Catholic church want to bring politics into the church, which I think is a very bad idea.
That drives me crazy.
I go to a church, the Catholic church, 2 blocks down from your church. Father Michael, he's amazing. So you're welcome to come anytime. If you want to come back home with the Catholics,
I'll go with you. It's actually it's actually a really good service. Because me, I'm like you, Roger. Wherever, like to me, when two people are talking about it, it doesn't matter to me because Assyrians are, Orthodox. We're Orthodox Christians.
you're in the middle.
Well, I'm right in the middle, but if they're talking about the word and I'm talking to God in my head, that's church for me. So I'm totally happy with that. But all right, Raj, because we have a couple left. I just want to go. Okay, and these are going to kind of get.
But to go to your broader question, yes. So when your back's against the wall, when you realize you've been gagged and you're about to be lynched, that's when you get serious about God. That's when you get down on your knees and you ask to be delivered. I'm here today because I'm redeemed in the blood of the cross. Had I not reverted, I'd not gone back to the church, I would never have survived.
Oh, and and you know my story. I don't know if I told you, Raj. I lost 2 friends to drugs and to a party that I was supposed to be at, and that was my hey, that could have been you. Wake up, and that was a big change in my life. So, Raj, we have less than 10 minutes left, so I want to do a couple of games, if you don't mind, Roger. This is the last game. There's 2 of them. Actually, it's 1 game, but a couple of questions at the end. Marry, sleep with, and kill. You got to pick. You ready? You got to marry one. You got to just sleep with one. You got to kill one. Are you ready? Did you see this?
I saw the
You saw this one. All right, ready, Roger? And if you need help with the marry, sleep with, kill. Nancy Pelosi, Hillary Clinton, Kamala Harris. You got to marry one, sleep with one, and kill one.
Can I kill all 3? That was obvious.
All right, what do you think, Raj? So Nancy Pelosi, Hillary, or Kamala? You got to marry, sleep, and kill.
I definitely sleep with Kamala.
Okay.
Of the 3, if I have to sleep with one
Of course,
I'll take her.
of course.
She's not there.
And then Hillary and Nancy, you got to kill and marry.
Are you sure I can't kill both
You
of them?
can't. You can't.
Oh, Nancy's loaded, and I could use the dough. So I guess I would.
Very well
But because she's worth 168 million, making 175,000 a year.
Got
So
you.
I guess I definitely marry her.
Okay, got you. And
That
Hillary.
means Hillary.
Hillary's. All right, round 2. Taylor Swift, Kim Kardashian, Jennifer Aniston.
Sleep with Kim Kardashian.
That's
Booty,
easy.
the booty.
The booty. I'm with you. And then Jennifer Aniston and Taylor Swift.
I'm not familiar with either one of them, so I can't really say.
So the girl from Friends, the really cute one from Friends, and Taylor Swift, the singer, big singer.
I guess I don't want to kill either one of them then. They sound cute.
Oh, I'll give you for that one. I'll let you.
You give me a bye?
I'll give you a bye, but I'll let you marry both of them because
right,
whatever. It's
good deal.
in 2026. All right, this one's a good. Rob, look at this one. Rob, I'll let you say this one. Remember, marry, sleep with, kill.
All right. Michelle Obama, Oprah Winfrey, and Martha Stewart.
Oh my God.
You have to, Roger. You have to. Who's you gonna marry? Who are you gonna sleep with? Who are you gonna kill?
Boy, this is tough.
Yeah.
Give them to me again.
Okay. Michelle Obama.
Oprah Winfrey, Martha Stewart.
I guess I'd kill Michelle Obama. I guess I'd marry Martha Stewart.
Great
Okay.
choice. He's a homemaker.
Yeah.
And then that was fine.
Oprah.
Oh well.
All right. Madonna, Sharon Stone. It's a hard one,
Sleep with Sharon Stone.
obviously.
Great last name.
Yes. Great, obviously.
Probably, I love Madonna as an artist.
Okay.
Not too big on her politics
Yeah.
or lack thereof. So I guess I'd have to. Who's the other one?
Cher.
Cher.
Oh, I like Cher, although she's a commie too. So can I kill both of them?
You got to pick one.
I guess I would. I guess I'd have to kill Madonna.
Okay, got you. And Cher's gonna get up. Okay. Last one. Oh man, this is gonna be great. Rosie O'Donnell, Whoopi Goldberg, Ellen DeGeneres.
Ugh. What are you doing to me?
You picked 3 lesbians for him to choose from.
Wait, were they? Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't
Well, I don't
realize
know
that.
if Whoopi is, but
Well,
clearly Rosie
I mean-
and Ellen.
What do you think, Roger?
I could never. I could. You have to get it up, right? So I mean, there's no chance.
Okay. All right. Last one. What do we got? We got 5 more minutes. Okay. And then I want to ask a question at the end. This is just a yes or no, Roger. I'm just your opinion. If you think this isn't saying it is true or if it's not. But do you think Lindsey Graham is a homosexual?
There's a bear shit in the woods.
Yes. Oh my God. Do you think Hillary Clinton is actually evil?
But there's no question whatsoever.
Perfect.
She's a short-tempered, foul-mouthed, entitled kleptocrat who would steal a hot stove.
And if you guys have any ones yes or no that you guys want, okay. Have you ever seen a dead body that wasn't in a hospital or a funeral parlor?
Yes.
Okay. All right. This is a good one, Raj. I know that we're both Christians now. We've moved past that lifestyle. Have you ever been with more than one woman at the same time?
Most definitely.
Hold on.
That was a long time
Yeah,
ago.
for sure.
of
Roger,
course.
this is part 2 of the question. More than 2 at the same time.
Yes.
Okay, well, I have to, Roger.
Keep going.
Roger! More than 3. All right, wait, hold on. This is going
14 at one time.
All right, hold on, Roger. What? Okay, because I can keep going. What's the most at one time that you guys were in the room together?
I lost count.
Oh
Yeah.
my God. Okay, so more than 5?
I did some pretty crazy things when I was younger.
I love that. All right, Roger. Well, so we have what? We have 3 more minutes. So, Raj, and I know we went all the way there, and I'm going to kind of come back. Let me see. What are we talking about? We talked about a little bit of wardrobe, and I love your wardrobe. All right, in 2016, remember the GOP convention? Alex Jones, you were there. Young Turks, they were going at it. If there was a fight with Alex Jones and Cenk right now, who do you think wins the fight? Like an actual fight.
Jones, please.
Seriously?
Yeah, I think
Because you guys know, I mean, Cenk is a wrestler. He's a wrestler. He has some.
He's a punk.
Okay. Well, so another question. With all these reality guys, Jake Pauls, all these streamers, all these people are fighting, and they're all getting paid pretty damn good money. If there was ever a Roger Stone, Steve Bannon fight, would you do it?
I challenged him to come to bare knuckle boxing.
And he wouldn't do it.
He won't do it because I would beat his ass.
And I would pay to see it.
I mean, you understand. My problems here, brother, just to be very clear, is
Yeah.
it's not just that he perjured himself at my trial. It's not that he says one thing to the House Intelligence Committee and says the direct opposite on the stand at my trial. It's also that he pleads guilty to stealing $15 million from the Build the Wall Foundation. Never punished for that, does no jail time. That he's an unindicted co-conspirator in a $1 billion financial fraud. So the guy's a scamster on top of the fact that he turns out to be a key advisor to Jeffrey Epstein, bad-mouthing Trump, calling Trump stupid in these declassified emails. He's just he's a fraud is what he is.
He's a fraud.
So yes, I will fight him anytime, anywhere, and I will beat his ass.
I would put
Do you
money on.
feel vindicated that more people are jumping on the hate train towards Bannon?
I don't feel vindicated. I just think that people are now exposed to the truth. I think that there's been a huge education. This guy's not what he claims to be. And if you notice the number of those, first of all, he stole the name of my show. My show was called The War Room at InfoWars. We were on it at 5 o'clock Eastern every day for 18 months. So he steals the name of our show. That's bad enough. But now see that his ratings are where they ought to be, down, because he's not even faintly amusing. He knows nothing about American politics. I think most of his backstory is a fraud to begin with. So he wanted to make Mike Pompeo president. I rest my case.
Oh yeah, plain and simple, done. Well, Roger, this was fast and furious. I appreciate you. Thank you for coming, and yeah, till the next time, Roger. I love you to death, and I appreciate you.
Thank you, my brother.
And hey, all the people that are watching, 83% of you haven't subscribed to this channel. All right, stop what you're doing. Hit the subscribe. Roger, can you tell them please to subscribe?
Subscribe, we're going to kick your ass.
That's it. You guys. That's it.